Hi, today we will share. In this connector application, a very unpopular parameter is called the air pressure. This low pressure is often used in our consumer category or in this application of small current. Low pressure its application to products. In fact, this impact, it's not obvious, but in many industrial application fields, especially industrial conditions, or in the application state of high current, this DCR is a very sensitive parameter. There's an error here. Then this low pressure. Why does it affect our industrial connectors? Have a relatively large impact? Well, is there a fundamental reason for this? We know our connectors. Its ultimate goal is to power up, to achieve this connection and conduction of electricity. What about the connector? It has one very important parameter, the safety of our appliances. It's about electrical safety. It's voltage. So our connector is in use. What it is most afraid of is breakdown. Under normal circumstances, our connectors. It is achieving this electrical performance. When conducting and connecting, it has a circuit. This circuit is under our normal application under normal conditions. It's this air pressure. We'll have something called an electrical gap. This has already been mentioned before. Electrical gap, or creepage distance to measure it. But when the air between my conductors, this situation where the air pressure is relatively low. Low air pressure represents the air pressure in a unit volume. The molecule of air will be less dense. In this case, based on us, electricity is breakdown. This fundamental principle of field emission. Then this. Between the two conductors, this TV, or the ability to withstand voltage, will be weakened. As long as your tolerance will weaken. That tolerates low pressure conditions. In the case of weakened tolerance, under the same conditions and under the same working conditions, if the air pressure in that place is lower, then we are likely to have an electrical failure. This is low pressure, a very obvious manifestation. What about lower pressure? How can this low pressure appear? The most fundamental reason, that's high altitude. The higher the altitude, the lower the pressure. Certainly, this is different from the sometimes weak air pressure. And our temperature and humidity. It will be a little relatable. We talked about earlier, when the humidity increases, the air pressure will be slightly higher. When the temperature is higher, our air pressure will be a little lower. But this change, it won't affect our current one. This low pressure is very important to this influence on elevator performance changes. That's in our China, because it's a lot bigger, especially in highland areas. Our electrical equipment. It's also very popular in the highlands. So once our electrical equipment and our endpoint equipment, if this low pressure is used, this phenomenon in this region, then our electrical safety consideration, low pressure and high altitude must be taken into account. Effect on electrical performance. What about the impact of this? In our IEC international standards and national standards, it all has a clear definition. Under our equal conditions, for example, at an altitude of 1,400 to 1,500 meters, how to calculate our withstand voltage value, how to measure the electrical gap. Come on, this is in our standard. Are there clear rules? So I'm just going to have to remind you here, especially in the case of our industrial applications. After talking to the customer about this usage environment, we have to recognize that this air pressure affects some special parameters of our products. It's connected. This parameter cannot be ignored. Okay, that's all we have to say about depressions.